Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Yeah, so about my past video, many people sent me an email. I didn't know many people watch my YouTube channel, but I received many emails and I tried to respond as much as I could. I hope I responded to you all, and thank you for the insightful questions. And yeah, I think the Japanese government MEXT scholarship has closed. I'm not sure if I think it closed on Friday, but I'm not sure. You can check it out. So on today's video, I'm going to talk about Japan versus Kenya grad school. What I have learned so far as a MEXT scholar in Japan, MEXT scholar from Kenya in Japan. For those who don't know me, my name is Gladys. On YouTube, I call myself Senja World. I'm a graduate student in Japan from Kenya on MEXT scholarship. Yeah, so let's go to the next thing. So what shocked me the most in graduate school in Japan? Well, this is as a graduate student, sometimes we have duties to help undergraduate students do some tasks. So when I went, it was a bacteriology class and students were doing practicals, and then there is something they wanted to watch on the microscope. So I thought, because when I was doing my undergraduate studies in Kenya, we were like about 17 in our class, and I think we used to use one microscope, and the microscope was operated by the lab technician. So I thought maybe it's the same case here. I was surprised when all the students left and everybody came with their microscope ready to work. I was so shocked. So another thing about graduate school here, the focus is so much on research and not on not on examinations, which at first I was shocked, but I really like it. Since I came to Japan, I never sat for any exam. Well, I'm talking from my personal experience. Maybe the situation is different in other universities. I'm talking from where I school. I never done a sitting exam. What happens? We attend classes mostly online, and then the lecturer, the professor will give you an assignment, or if an assignment is not given, you just write a small summary of what I understood. I like this because we are not focusing on just cramming things. I feel now that I don't have any pressure to do exams. I actually take my time to understand those classes and write a very thorough summary, so I feel relaxed while doing my studies, so that I spend most of my time doing research. Another thing, I was so shocked when I was hired by the university as a qualified teaching assistant. Considering that I'm a foreigner, I thought maybe such positions are reserved for only Japanese students or for only PhD students. So yeah, I was so shocked when the university asked me to become a teaching assistant. So apart from my regular studies as a master's student, I work part-time at the university as a so teaching assistant means I work with the professor who is in charge of the course, to help the students in some duties, like helping them do experiments, or mainly is experiment stuff. Next, what does Japan do better in my opinion? Now, in my opinion, in Japan there is a lot of hands-on training through labs, through lab works, experiments, a lot of practicals for students, not only focusing on cramming theoretical stuff. And also, I would say availability of resources and equipments, and also softwares, because as I mentioned in my previous example in undergraduate, we had over 70 students using the same microscope. I did not even know how to operate a microscope until I came here. I think people were shocked where is this person coming from. Also, I would say one-on-one supervision with the supervisor, because I don't know about other students, but for me, my supervisor is always checking on my progress. How is my research going? Checking on which data we have found, data analysis and stuff like that. Also, independent learning. In Japan, we are encouraged to focus on problem solving by ourselves, not only cramming notes, because you don't have the pressure to. There's no pressure applied for you to cram stuff and go and copy paste them in an exam. So students usually have an independent mindset that encourages problem solving. Next, funding. Of course, I'm a MEXT scholar, so MEXT pays 100% of my school fees, and they also pay for my living expenditure. So every month they send me money, which I use to pay my rent, and buy foods, pay health insurance. They cover for all my life needs. I can survive only on MEXT scholarship. Though this scholarship allows people to work part-time, but even without part-time job, it is sufficient to cover your living in Japan. However, everything has merits and demerits. So there also means there are some challenges at first as a foreign graduate student in Japan. First is the language barrier. In as much as my professor can speak English, not everybody in Japan can speak English. Actually, finding someone who can speak English is a very big privilege. So, like for the lab technicians who show you how to do some experiments, sometimes they cannot speak English, and communicating through sign language alone or Google Translate sometimes is not accurate. And also cultural differences where people mind their business too much. Sometimes you may be going through a difficult time, you are struggling, and nobody will ask you what is the problem, are you okay? Unless you open your mouth and say, actually, I managed to do this thing, I need assistance. So unless you speak up, nobody cares about each other. Everybody's busy minding their business. Also, of course, before coming to Japan, all my life I lived in Kenya. So sometimes, like in the university, I'm not the only black student, but I'm the only Kenyan in my lab. I'm the only black person. So it's not like something that bothers me. But at first I used to be bothered, but now I'm fine because I'm too busy to get bothered. Now, comparison of the education system of Japan to Kenya. According to me, Kenya, I think there's overemphasis on theory. I also have master students like me that I know who are studying in Kenya, and they always tell me how they have exams scheduled. So apart from doing their research, they have to also read notes and go to reproduce them in the exam rooms, which I feel is inconveniencing, and also lack of equipment and also hands-on exposure. We are a developing country, and we hope also one day we will reach the level of Japan to be able to have all those equipments and allow our students to, to be able to do a lot of practicals in the undergraduate like Japan. Tips for my fellow Kenyans who want to stay to Japan: apply for MEXT scholarship. MEXT, Japanese government MEXT scholarship, always open April of every year. I always talk about it. I think it is almost closing now. It is always open for 4 weeks, about 1 month, and come with an open mind. Be ready to learn and relearn. I used to think I know everything, but when coming here, I realized actually I don't know anything. Don't be afraid to ask for help. As I said, people here mind their business. So if you're keeping quiet and you're going through a hard time, nobody is going to realize and be able to help you. Lastly, use tools like ChatGPT to support your learning. Most of the time, someone will show you an experiment once and ask you to do next time. You can consult with ChatGPT sometimes because most of these experiments being done also everywhere. Or maybe sometimes someone shows you how to analyze data once and you have to do it next time. You can always consult with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the rightful way is not to rely on it too much, but like consulting it and then doing it yourself. I think it is a good way of using ChatGPT. Japan is not perfect, but it is a step that works, and there is a lot we can learn from it if you are dreaming of studying abroad. And it is possible. If I'm here, you too can be able to come to Japan, because I'm not perfect. I also tried many scholarships and I failed, and I also failed my first attempt of applying for Japanese government scholarship. But on my second attempt, I was able to correct my error and I was able to come to Japan. So thank you very much. This is my story and I hope it was helpful for you. Cheers.